Nigeria, wherever you're listening to my voice from. And this afternoon, I have something to tell you. And that thing is actually confusing a lot of people right now. MTN Nigeria recently declared an interim dividend of 26 naira per share. Interim dividend, not even the final dividend. And qualification date was some months, a little bit around June, July. And but August 20 was the payment. The payment date came around will be coming around September 7, if I'm not correct. But a lot of people heard about this dividend and they bought the MTN shares. But lately, I heard some people saying, shares need to fall, kilo shele. So this afternoon, we're going to talk about why shares fall after you have gotten a dividend. And we're also going to find out whether people actually know what dividends actually mean, because this can be the confusion. Show mo nkan tó ń jẹ́ dividend. Show mo reason tí wọ́n fi ń fún yàn. Show mo kí ló stand fún. Because that's exactly what we're going to look at on the show this afternoon. My name is Joy Akinlulu, and I'm using this medium to say welcome on board. And don't forget, there's a segment of this show that talks about scars and gold, where we learn from business owners, their failure, and what you can pick out from there. Don't go anywhere. It is still Money Matters on JDN Radio 101.5 FM.
Matters with joy, let your money go. Joy, I can load you on the mic right now. Come see where your business is losing money, from the desk to the till to the late night spend. He's the one you call when the figures is not clear. Making money, buying shares, every cash issue while you're working hard but you are still broke. He's the calm, clear voice when the bills look loud, helping small bars dreams stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every naira make sense. From the hustle to the plan, turn your profit to your best friend. Money matters with joy. From the books to the big investments, on Jetty and radio, we're building wealth. That's the message. Oh yeah. Side gig, he can make his skill turn a weekend grind to a winning revenue from the market.
All right, one of the very interesting parts that I've been having as a kind of discussion with many people is in relation to what Mr. President said. And after Mr. President have issued that Nigerians should now start investing in the stock market because the stock market is making people money. A lot of people have jumped on that bandwagon, and the cry from people is heavy. But before we go deep into the program, let us hear from, my crew went to town and they were asking people, what do they understand as dividends? So let us hear from them together.
Money matters with joy. From the books to the big investments, on JD and radio, we're building wealth. That's the message.
JDN Radio 101.5 FM, broadcasting for all.
I don't think I've actually lost money until I sell the shares. If the value drops today, it could rise again tomorrow. So I could wait and see how the market performs.
The price doesn't always drop. So I'm not losing money just because the share price drops.
I could be gaining and losing at the same time. I received the dividend, but the value of my share has dropped.
it, radio, turn it up, let's go. Hey. Money matters with joy, let your money go. Joy, I can load you on the mic right now. Come see where your business is losing money, from the desk to the till to the late night spend. He's the one you call when the figures is not clear. Making money, buying shares, every cash.
You see what happens when it comes to the stock market. We have a lot of people saying different things, and in most cases, many people don't really understand what the market is, and I don't blame them. But one thing I normally tell people is, before you put your money into investing in anything, be it the stock market or doing it in business, you have to learn a little about what that market actually stands for, and how do you make money, how do you lose money, because a good person, any good investor, always like to be in control. So when you are investing without control, it becomes a very big issue. So it is very, very important that you have control over it. And that's the essence of the show, and that's the essence of what we are discussing, or that we will be discussing together this afternoon.
Money matters with joy, from the books to the big investments, on JD and radio, we're building wealth. That's the message. Tune in, write down, new vision for your bank account. One show.
All right, so in the first thing, let me give you a rundown of what happened in the market over the last few weeks. Even despite the fact that people are saying that the stock market is fine, it's all beautiful, yes, some companies were losing money. They were losing their dividends.
That's the message.
But the consecutive loss in the market does not mean that the stock market is bad. Ṣùgbọ́n tó o bá ti mọ nǹkan tó ń kówó lé kó tó di pé o kówó bọ̀, definitely èèyàn ó fara bó gànà. And like I used to say, the stock market is not where you put, you come and put all your money and say, because they said it's going to double, or while or yawo, or lọ fi ń ra ìpín ìdókòwò, ó ti kọ́kọ́ fapá jóná mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́nà. But it's something you do because you want to do it for a long run. You want to do it for a long time.
Let's make every naira make sense. From the
And there's something in the market called correction and reversal.
Joy, I can load you on the mic right now. Come see where your business is losing money, from the desk.
And there's that, maybe because sometimes the demand is high, and I'm a quick me what to just pay a man book where a company can fair pín ìdókòwò kan, and people will rush to go and buy. But you know, the moment they pay those dividends out, definitely is going to pull back their share price. Olófin máa ń jẹ́ pé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n bá ti sanwó dividend, ó di dandan kírú nǹkan báyẹn kó ṣẹlẹ̀.
Joy, I can load you on the mic right now. Come see where your business is losing money, from the desk to the till to the late night spend. He's the one you call when the figures is not clear. Making money, buying shares, every cash issue. While you're working hard, but you are still broke.
If you remember, last week I told you what you should look out. You should look at if you are intending to buy shares. Má kàn ra shares nítorí pé o gbọ́ pé wọ́n sọ pé nǹkan tó kó lọ kówó lé lórí nìyẹn. So the question to answer before buying, all right, is this stock falling because the business got worse, or because investors are taking profit? Sherry, kini in oríṣi nǹkan méjì ni. if the business, like for example, let's say Joy Incorporated, kò sí ní tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ lọ kó wọlé o, ká ní Joy PLC wà, Joy PLC tí company yẹn bá ní bad business, bóyá à ń lose owó nítorí pé a jẹ gbèsè, à ń lose owó nítorí pé a lè meet up pẹ̀lú demand, à ń lose owó nítorí pé àwọn customers ń leave o, àbá à ń lose owó nítorí pé àwọn èèyàn ò ra ọjà wa mọ́. Such a company is a bad investment. But if a company loses share value because àwọn èèyàn ń ta shares wọn àbí àwọn èèyàn ń gba dividends wọn, kò túmọ̀ sí pé that company is a bad investment.
Every naira makes sense. From the
So ẹ mọ̀ pé mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ yìí rí pé if you want to invest in the stock market, that patience is important. Ṣùgbọ́n má wàá ṣi patience yẹn lò.
not clear.
Because you can be patient holding on to something that is bad,
Why you working?
and you can also be patient holding on to something that is good. So o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé kí ni nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ patiently hold on to.
Dream stand tall.
Are you patiently holding on to something that is going to go bad, or you are patiently holding on to something that will be good? Ṣùgbọ́n mo máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan pé ibi tó o bá rí ẹni tó lé owó lọ́wọ́
I'm still
tó ń kó share tó ń kó owó ẹ̀ bọ̀,
yes to the
it can also be a signal for you to put your money there.
figures. Is
But at the same time, it can also end up becoming a bad signal.
cash issue. Why you
Ó lè jẹ́ bad signal dáadáa. Torí investor tó ń kówó tiẹ̀ sínú nǹkan kan, ó ní plan o,
the bills look
ó ní plan.
bars dream.
Ìwọ́dẹ̀ lè má sí nínú picture plan yẹn rárá.
Let's make every naira make sense.
Otedola did something like that sometimes ago. He did it with Geregu and now moving into First Bank. Show him up with Kani, for example, if Otedola decides to withdraw all his investment from First Bank, as we speak now, their share price will go down.
They're making money.
And you know why?
Share.
Because already he's holding on to a large chunk, maybe around 26% of the total unit of shares.
He's the
So Toba move shares here at that point in time, the price will go down. It does not mean that First Bank shares is bad. So it's clear, babe.
from the joy. I can
Okay, so money mo fẹ́ dáhùn kankan pé kí ló máa ń fà á tí price tó fi máa ń fall.
night spend. He's the one you call when the figures
Ẹ jẹ́ àyè àwọn nǹkan kan mélòó kan wò.
buying shares. Every cash issue. Why you working hard but you are still broke?
Initially, if you look at before a company pays dividends, what you have, their earnings, is a complete picture of the dividend that they will pay plus what the money they have on ground. So the moment the qualification date passes, the company's cash has legally been committed to shareholders. Ó túmọ̀ sí pé wọ́n máa san owó jáde. Tán bá dẹ̀ ti san owó jáde, dandan ni kí nǹkan wáyé lẹ́yìn payment.
They're making money, buying shares. Every cash issue. Why you working hard but you are still broke? He's the calm, clear voice when the bills look loud. Helping small bars dream stand tall and
Torello mi, mo rántí ní last week ẹnìkan ní I bought the shares, I bought MTN shares at 850, but when I check it, it has went to 770 something. Mo ní kílẹ̀ ń panic fún olómo tí ń lose owó.
on the mic right now. Come see where you're
You bought it at that time.
to the tilt.
There was a time when MTN was dancing around 200 naira. It will go to 150. It will go back to 250. So before it moved to that level.
He's the calm, clear voice when the bills look loud. Helping small bars dream stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every naira make sense. From the
Then we have another thing called yield. Share yield yẹn is not the same thing with return on investment.
Come see where your business is losing money from the desk to the till to the late night spend. He's the one you call when the figures is not clear. Making money, buying shares, every cash issue. While you're working hard, but you are still broke.
Ìyẹn ló fi jẹ́ pé ó possible kí company kan san 26 naira ní dividend kí wọ́n dẹ̀ lose by 100 naira. Torí pé ó ṣọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀. They are not. It's not the same thing, but it is inevitable.
Joy, I can load you on the mic right now. Come see where you.
Ìgbà míì gan wà tó jẹ́ pé when some people, because many times I've seen this happen a lot, when I tell people that, oh, a particular company is paying 20 naira per share, some are paying 1 naira per share, 2 naira per share. Àbí kí mo wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìbéèrè ni. Tó bá yẹ pé company kan fẹ́ san owó fún yín ní dividend tó wá fẹ́ san bóyá bí tó fẹ́ san ká ní company kan fẹ́ san 26 naira ìkan fẹ́ san 10 naira ìkan fẹ́ san bóyá 2 naira èwo lẹ́yìn máa múnú mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ìkan fẹ́ san 20 naira ìkan fẹ́ san 10 naira ìkan fẹ́ san 2 naira èwo lẹ́yìn máa múnú mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta 08022102163 tàbí 07048001015. I really want to know whether people understand this.
Cash flow stuck, kill unstuck that stream.
Because if a company is paying 26 naira, so one is paying 10 naira, the other one is paying maybe 2 naira, which one are you going to pick? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Ẹ káàsán mà, orúkọ yín àti ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti ń pè. Okay, so which one are you going to pick? Èwo lẹ máa mú company kan fẹ́ san 26 naira ní dividend, ìkan fẹ́ san 10 naira ní dividend, ìkan fẹ́ san 2 naira ní dividend.
26 naira náà ni màá mú.
O ní 26 naira, kí ni ìdí tẹ́ ẹ fi mú 26 naira?
Torí wípé nǹkan tó pè mí nìyẹn.
Òun ló sanwó tó pọ̀ jù. Ọ̀dà mo ti yọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ. Mo ń bọ̀ máa ń ṣàlàyé kan, mo ti yọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Mr. Sunday calling from Gagi.
Okay, a company is paying 26 naira, one is paying 10 naira, the other one is paying 2 naira. Which one are you going to pick?
I will pick the one paying 26.
The one paying 26. Okay. And to follow the same line, now follow.
Investments on Jetty and radio. We're building wealth. That's the message. Oh yeah.
Okay, somebody also want to mention hello. Okay, no somebody. Hey, hello.
Hello, Ekason.
Ekason, sir.
Joy, this is Mr. Wale from Morita Mary.
Oh, Mr. Wale from Morita Mary. So a company is paying 26 naira, another one is paying 10 naira, another one is paying 2 naira. Which one will you pick?
I would prefer the one of 2 naira because it's about what you know, those are fall back to the share then a share it might drop to.
Okay.
So let's talk about to carry you now. Then I look at that and I carry to.
Okay. On thing to big buy on a to yato there. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let me explain this to you. A large chunk of people will likely okay, let me pick. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma.
My name is Oriofe calling from Malaysia.
Oriofe from Malaysia. So which one will you likely pick?
I would prefer to take that 2 naira because ìgbà tí mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ kọ́ sẹ́tọ́ gbà mo ṣiṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú èèyàn kan gbà yẹn náà. Àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ mi tó lọ ṣiṣẹ́ níbi owó ńláńlá tí oṣù bá parí wọn ní rí sálárì gbà wọn dẹ̀ tún kì í rí sí. Ibi tí mo ti ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn ó wà lówẹ̀.
Okay, ṣùgbọ́n ó ń wá regularly.
But before ending of the month,
Okay. Thank you very much. Ṣé ẹ tún gbọ́ bí táwọn tó gbàrò ó? now ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá ṣàlàyé bóyá ẹ ṣe ń kọ́ ọmọ orí ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ń ṣàlàyé nǹkan kan torí àlejò mi ti wà nínú studio mi ẹ jẹ́ ń ṣàlàyé ìdí tó fi jẹ́ pé ṣe rí tẹ́ ẹ bá mú nítorí dividend ó ṣeé ṣe kẹ́ ẹ ṣe mistake nǹkan téèyàn máa ń wò ni pé ok wọ́n fẹ́ san 26 naira èló ni shares yẹn tí mo need láti rà kí n tó lè gbà nínú 26 naira yẹn kí ni percentage 26 naira yẹn tá a bá wò ó pẹ̀lú iye tí ìpín ìdókòwò wọn jẹ́. For example, if MTN at 700 naira is paying you 26 naira and there is another company at 10 naira is paying you 2 naira per shares. Ṣé tó fẹ́ san 2 naira per shares yẹn ó pè yín ju èyí tó fẹ́ san 26 naira lórí almost 800 naira per shares. So nǹkan tí èèyàn máa ń wò ní kí ni percentage return tó bá yẹ pé ẹ fẹ́ ra shares based on dividend tí wọ́n fẹ́ san. Ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi sọ ń gbà kan rí pé ẹni tó fẹ́ fún ẹ ní 50 kọ́bọ̀ ní dividends gan gbà míì ó worth more than ẹni tó fẹ́ fún ẹ lówó ńlá because can Airtel for example is paying 25 naira or even 30 naira on each shares tó fẹ́ sọ fún yàn and Airtel is around 6,000 naira per shares ẹni tó wá kó 6,000 lẹ̀ tó wá lọ gba 25 naira ṣe é rí i pé kò bọ́ sí ṣùgbọ́n the same 6,000 tó kó lẹ̀ yẹn mo lè fi ra shares míì tí ẹni á san dividend tó pọ̀ fún mi etiquette ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ so you buy shares not because of the large dividends being being promised but you buy it based on kí ni percentage return ó máa jẹ́ lórí owó tẹ̀ fẹ́ fi sí. All right, so let me leave that. And, well, I'm still going to ask you questions as regards to the shares and as also regards to the part that we want to discuss now, which is cars and gold.
Stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every naira make sense. From the hustle to the plan. Turn your profit to your best friend. Money matters with joy. From the books to the big investments. On Jetty and radio. We're building wealth. That's the message. Oh, yeah. Side gig, he can make it skin. He's the calm, clear voice when the bills look loud. Helping small bars, dreams stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every naira make sense.
All right, so let us talk about cars and gold. Sherry Motiman Soro Itipe. It is always easy for us to say, Abite Ebagbo, táwọn èèyàn bá ń sọ pé tó bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ń bì kan tó bá oppress yẹ, go and start your own business. When you start your own business, you are free. You sleep at the time you want. You wake up at the time you want. You go to work. Tí o bá wù ẹ́ láti lọ ibiṣẹ́, wàá close ilẹ̀kùn. Mo máa ń sọ fún yín pé anytime you hear that, kó o ti mọ̀ pé àwọn ní multi-level marketing ń bá ọ sọ̀rọ̀. Wọ́n fẹ́ ta nǹkan fún ọ ní kì í ṣe nítorí pé wọ́n fẹ́ràn ẹ̀.
The message, oh yeah.
Because in Tojaju, you must know that every business comes with its own downfall. Wàá ṣubú o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣubú ń di okòwò kò sí. Kí ló fẹ́ fi kún?
He's the calm, clear voice.
Ní normal school ni wọ́n ti máa ń sọ pé olódo ló ń fail. But when it comes to business, ẹni tó ń fail kì í ṣolódo. Torí it is part of the learning curve. All right, so let me go straight to my guest today. How can I describe this? I want to give you a little background. This is someone I know. I know most of the journey. I know most of the journey, but I know definitely mo máa gbọ́ nǹkan kan tí mi ò gbọ́ rí tẹ́lẹ̀ lórí journey yẹn.
Dreams stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every naira make
tó bá jẹ́ mi nìwọ ni màá mú báírò àti ìwé mi dáadáa màá ṣe àkọsílẹ̀.
money matters with joy. From the books to the big events.
All right, you're welcome to the show, Mr. Jefta Fashola.
My pleasure, sir.
Mo pe ṣe àyè gbà mí kí n lo Mr. Àbí kí n lo Doctor Professor Mr. Tiwa, okay. All right, so tell us what kind of business are you into right now, and for how long have you been doing that?
Okay, so I run a design and build company. We do design and we build. So we build, we do design and build. Yeah, that is the business I do now.
Okay.
We're into building construction.
Building construction.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course we design too.
Okay.
So we do all forms of construction, be it newly built, renovations, modifications, interior, and the built environment generally. That's what we do.
Okay.
And of course we design too.
Okay, so how long have you been doing that?
I would say, so my company was registered in 2009.
Okay. 2009.
Yes. Yes. So,
Okay.
but of course, you know, business comes with a lot of challenges. So officially, I can't say the business started.
But okay. So now, Jakawa wo nkokan.
Okay.
What has been your high moment with the business before we start looking at the bad side of it?
Okay. So if I must say,
Yes.
the very high moment was when I had the privilege to undo some projects
Okay.
for Lagos State.
Okay.
Yeah, even though it was a subcontract. Yeah, from a contractor.
So what kind of project was it?
Yeah, they were school building projects.
Building
Yes,
schools.
Yes, for
Okay.
Lagos State. Yeah, Ministry of Education.
Okay.
Lagos State. I would say that was indeed the turning point for me.
Okay.
Yeah, in building construction.
Okay.
Yes.
Ṣé ẹ ti ṣe project kankan Ìbàdàn rí?
Of course.
Irú project wo lẹ ti ń bá ṣẹlẹ̀ fún alẹ́ ọ̀kan?
Adisha building project. Okay, some it continue where many people really
Too many people
but
live
now.
more.
So recently, a new opportunity. We have a real privilege to upgrade the reception of Afe Babalola Emmanuel Chamber.
Okay.
Yeah, recently, which was, you know, something that for me and my team, it's such a great honor. You know, Afe Babalola and Emmanuel Chamber is like
A big one.
big deal.
Okay.
So for us to have that privilege, I think that is something that whoever knows that place, how it used to be and how it is today, would know that, okay,
That was
is
a
something
change.
that is, of course, but we've done several residential buildings, several. Inside area, the Gunjiari, Aerodrome, and several other places.
Ọ̀dà ẹja wa wálé because mo mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ yìí àwọn èèyàn ẹlòmíràn máa wọ pé irú business yìí dùn ó dùn. Have you failed in business before?
Several times.
Several times.
Several times.
Okay, so let's look at which one can you remember of your back that hits you the most?
Okay, I would say is my fashion line.
Okay.
You'll be surprised that I say fashion line.
I
think you should be surprised.
Bíríkìlà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ fashion line bóòní méjèèjì ṣe jẹ́.
Okay, so the whole, you know, sometime for entrepreneurs, you see problem, even if it is outside your field, and you just feel you want to solve the problem. So the whole journey into fashion design started when I was in NYSC, and I noticed for a lot of we core member, I serve in River State, and I noticed for a lot of us, most people find it very difficult to get the NYSC kit, the white shirt, the shorts, blah, 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 blah. And I said,
opportunity.
This is an opportunity. Then I could start something. Then I started a business I call Otondo Market.
Yeah. I remember.
I know you heard
Otondo Towe.
Yeah, exactly. So I started Otondo Market, which was, you know, very beautiful at the beginning, nice idea, because we're doing more than just the shirts, the shorts, and all of that. We were equally, we had all NYC orientation camp in Nigeria. We have their Google Map location. We were trying to partner with transport companies so that coppers could, book a ride to camp and all of that. So it was a whole kind of online, community ecosystem for the core members. But then it failed. Despite how beautiful, how
it failed.
It failed. It
so
failed.
If you would put a figure to just give me a range, a figure to that loss will be like
we lose nothing less than 10 million naira. Within the range of 5 to 10 million naira. Because I had a friend who saw the idea and invested. I remember he alone invested about 10 million naira into the online markets.
Wow.
I had my own investment. All I've done in my life, because my journey into entrepreneur, you know me. I've been since I was in school. I've always done one thing. I did barbing salon, did graphic design, branding, and all of that. And when I was even in NYSC, I was doing online. I was doing home tutor. I was recruiting coppers for parents because I serve in a oil service community. Krika. So I just felt. And I made a lot of money, from NYC. I brought all those money
and pushed it into the Otondo
market. My friend saw it and was Jeff, this is a brilliant idea.
You were calling it $1 million idea at the back there.
You remember I told you, I was like, oh, this one will blow and all of that. But government policy came. Forex exchange challenges came. You remember that time it was very difficult to access dollar. I served in 2002, 2003, and it was around 2004, 5, 6 that the whole Forex thing became an issue. Because majority of the things we were selling, we have to import some of them from China. And that was, where we could actually get a very good price for us to compete in the market, because it was this product they call locks that was very popular in the market.
Yeah.
So, but of course, the whole exchange thing came in
and swept everything away.
We even struggled. We bought machines. We tried to go into sewing our own, products, producing our own product ourselves. Went to a bar. You remember when I told you I went to a bar? I went to Kano. There is this shoe factory in Imo State. Then by the Imo State, I went there. So we're struggling to see how the business will survive because there was demand. People actually wanted to buy.
So ó túmọ̀ sí pé iṣẹ́ tí ó ní demand gan ó lè kú.
Of course, the thing about producing got down on demand from. There is nothing you can do. You can't turn to your product now. And if raw material is not there to produce, or perhaps government policy doesn't favor the business, then there will be a problem. That was exactly till today. I don't believe, apart from maybe some people that are doing some things on WhatsApp or you go to Jumia and Konga, I don't think we still today have a dedicated platform that caters to the need of our core members. And people go to NYC every year.
Business idea, Cantoni. But before you say it's $1 million, if you say it's $1 million business,
you need to do your homework very well. You need to do your homework very well. But of course, we started that and it failed.
Okay, so the machines there were
yeah.
I'll
tell you, we still have our machines, though. We didn't sell them because, of course, I believe with time we are still, because I'm very busy with building my construction company. So if I still put my hand in that, it's going to be like a distraction.
Okay.
So there is what they call the shiny object syndrome. For most of we creatives, you're always having this idea, that.
Jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lórí part yẹn. Torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn náà ló máa ní wọn mọ̀ pé kíní yẹn gan máa ń jẹ́ problem fún wọn. Mo lè ṣe lè. Báwo lè yẹn ṣe ń jẹ́ problem?
You see, I would like to say, kò sí business tí yóò ń ṣe tí yóò ní multiple layer of challenges.
Yeah.
Let's say, for example, èèyàn ta èédú. Ó wá notice pé ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gbé ìdún yẹn wá pé bóyá scarcity wà bóyá àwọn tiẹ̀ máa tètè gbé wá fóun àbí bóyá àwọn onímọ́tò ló ń disappoint ẹ̀ tí ò bá ṣọ́ra ó lè fẹ́ kọ́ ọbọ̀ transport business. pé jẹ́ n tiẹ̀ ra àyàbù tèmi.
jẹ́ kó máa gbé
kó máa kó wá tí ò bá ṣọ́ra ó lè sọ pé jẹ́ n tiẹ̀ lọ́ra lè kémi gan máa ṣe é dùn yẹn fúnra mi. You understand?
ibi tọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ dẹ̀ ti máa ń ṣe mistake nìyẹn.
So before you know it, you start putting your hand into problem. Even when you now started producing, you still face charge because for every section or every arm of a business, they have their own peculiar challenges. So by the time to bad day people lọ́rọ̀ kan wá realize pé àwọn tán tí mo because you are máa wò pé àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ ẹ̀ tọ́jú ọkọ̀ yín ẹ̀rẹ́pọ̀ sí ṣe kíní kan. By the time to bá wá dabble into it, you now begin to face the challenges in that area too. So that thing is always there.
Okay. So it should not be something that you money idea can come along can call anytime.
It's always a challenge for most, for most creatives, for most entrepreneurs that for some of us, we are pure entrepreneurs, problem solvers. We see problem here. We are so passionate about solving problems. So if you're so passionate about solving problems, if you're not very careful, you just keep jumping from one thing to the other, and it's not as if those things you're jumping on are not good. It's not as if they are not problem, but you can't solve everything.
ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n ti sọ fún wa pé ọ̀nà kan ò wọjà pé a gbọ́dọ̀.
Yeah, but sometimes ó máa ń dá kéèyàn ti ní agbára dé level kan. Stabilize. Okay, for example, I will take somebody like Dangote, for example. Before he would say he wants to go into building a refinery, to establish Dangote cement, to stand.
Or to say Dangote sugar.
Sugar to stand that. But despite that, she had a challenge to face even with the refinery.
Yeah, I want you to.
So I want to imagine Koni very strong backing. Look at when he was saying he had to borrow money from some of his friends, millions of dollars, you understand? But for you that is just starting and you don't have that kind of network, you understand? So it would be better to ba bere nkankan ko tie be ti do ele to nti gan ko ti sure pe yo duro. Because like for me, even places as a building construction, we are still learning.
So now, in terms of this construction business that you're into, has it been a smooth ride?
It has not. Because for a lot,
don't assume that I know. A lot of people don't know.
It has not been a smooth ride because you see, there are a lot of challenges. A lot of challenges.
Challenges wo ni o lo shaking ju ni construction currently.
So currently, I would say for me, there are a lot of challenges.
Okay.
But for me, I would say is the skill gap. We don't have good artisans.
Ṣé good artisan yẹn ṣó ti kó bá business yín?
Láìmọye ìgbà.
Ṣó ti jẹ́ kẹ́ lose owó?
Láìmọye ìgbà.
Ẹ fún mi example kan.
For example, à ń ṣe iṣẹ́ kan, èèyàn kan tó súnmọ́ mi pẹ́kípẹ́kí dẹ̀ recommend èèyàn pé I need èèyàn, a dẹ̀ ń wáyàn, wọ́n dẹ̀ recommend èèyàn pé ẹni yìí ó good, ó lè ṣiṣẹ́ yìí, a dẹ̀ gbà bricklayer ni, a dẹ̀ sọ fún pé nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe rèé o, ẹ ṣe báyìí o, a dẹ̀ fún wọn níṣẹ́. By the time tá a máa débẹ̀ padà, iṣẹ́ ò straight, window
ó ti wọ́,
iṣẹ́ ti wọ́,
kai,
and iṣẹ́ dẹ̀ rí torí nǹkan táwa ń tà gẹ́gẹ́ bí company wa places bá ṣe kéré mọ́ ni pé nǹkan tá à ń tà tí àwọn èèyàn fi ń pè wá is the attention to details tá à ń fún iṣẹ́ wa and the quality of our output. Mo dẹ̀ wọ́n try láti correct ẹni pé bàbá iṣẹ́ tẹ̀ ṣe yìí window yìí
ó ti wọ́,
ṣe ẹ̀ lo range ni ṣe ẹ̀ plumb ẹ̀ ní ẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tẹ́ ni ẹ̀ sọ ni engineer ẹ̀yin lẹ rí ẹni tó nílé ò lè rí.
kai.
She understand and ó ti ṣe a lot of it. Àwa ní láti torí ibi tó ti wá ẹni tó recommend ẹ̀ jẹ́ bí bàbá fún mi ìfẹ́ wàhálà mi ìfẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹja ó dà máa lọ. Àwa ṣe pé bricklayer mi àṣẹwà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fọ́ gbogbo iṣẹ́ tó ti ṣe yẹn yọ àwọn window yẹn kúrò ṣùgbọ́n jẹ́ ìmọ̀ pé yẹn à lè lọ bó nílé.
kò possible tọ́lọ́ ti gbéṣẹ́ fún yín ẹ ti jọ sign agreement.
àtẹ̀fẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ẹja filẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò nílé manage ẹ̀. We have to take the loss because of what we are very small. Kò fẹ́ sẹ́ni tó mọ̀ wá so bá a ṣe kéré ká má tún wá lè ṣiṣẹ́ tó dáa tó máa lè jẹ́ kán sọ pé ẹ̀wọ̀n àwọn boys yìí náà ṣiṣẹ́ yìí o a tún lè pè wọ́n fún mi so we have to take the loss láti pé ká yọ gbogbo window yẹn ká tún ṣe.
ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n
ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ wọn kan níbi tí challenges yẹn wà tó le gan ni pé àwọn èèyàn máa sọ pé ṣé nígbà tó ń ṣe kò sí supervisor mbẹ́ ni ṣé kò sí anybody to supervise wọn ni it still boils down to the problem we have when it comes to so on the project we have a young architect that was on site that was doing he was actually the one that eventually called me to say engineer I'm trying to talk to this man and he's not listening so it became a challenge fún wa láti expand gan because it now appear as if every single project have to be micromanaged.
ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n máa ń sọ pé tí ilé bá wọ́ wọ́n lè fi rírẹ́ pè padà àbí wọ́n náà lè pè padà tán bá sọ sìmẹ́ǹtì mọ́ apá àbí tó ti wọ́ kán fi.
It will result in a lot of wastage. At the end of the day someone will still bear it tí ìbá ṣàyìn lẹ bí ẹ waste material onílé and Yorùbá dẹ̀ máa ń sọ wọ́n ní ojú àpá ojú ara. So it's a challenge.
So loss yẹn gbà yẹn bí èlò lẹ lè quantify nǹkan tí.
Loss yẹn ó lè máa pọ̀ bọ̀ ó pọ̀ fún wa ṣé à ń pé èrè tá a máa jẹ agbè lórí iṣẹ́ tá a gbà ní.
èrè yín lẹ lọ fi tún window ṣe àti ilẹ̀kùn.
la fi tún gbogbo ẹ̀ la fi yọ la fi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń straighten it and all of that. Okay. So and it has been like that. Ìgbà míì ó lè jẹ́ Thailand ni ṣe understand tá a máa because a lè wà níbẹ̀ 24/7.
Possible.
Láti pé.
Then if you are there 24/7 it's no longer a business.
Shall understand. So
okay.
The skill gap is a huge
problem
for us in the built
so now let us look at it. Let us look at something. What has entrepreneurship taught you?
One thing that has taught me is for me to be very, very resilient.
In what sense?
In the sense that, you see, like, there is a statistics that most businesses in Nigeria die within the first 5 years. You know?
Another set will die within the next 10 years.
You understand? So
some will not mark 20 years anniversary.
At all. So entrepreneurship has taught me that you have to be very, very resilient. And you have to keep learning. Learning doesn't stop. No matter how good you are, no matter how experienced you are, till tomorrow I still read, I still consult. In fact,
you read.
I still read.
Àlàyé bíríkìlà ni ọ́ now. Kí ni read lórí ìyá bíríkìlà?
I still consult. Sometimes we'll face some challenges on site. I still have to call some of my colleagues, some of my superior, even some of my lecturers. On this Saturday, I was with a professor of architecture to discuss some things we are trying to work on, to seek his advice and counsel. So entrepreneurship make you to actually be very humble. So there is a misconception. People feel the moment you become an entrepreneur, you are on top of the world. You will fail.
You are your boss.
Sir, entrepreneur are probably, I would say, they are actually the proper errand boy, because your clients are your boss, and anybody can be your client. A younger person can be your client. An older person can be your client. Somebody that doesn't know anything and thought he or she knows can be your client. You now have to be humble, cautious, how you manage these people.
So, ó máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pé business ti gba oorun lójú yín tẹ́ ẹ̀ ní rórun sùn.
Regular thing nìyẹn.
Mi gbọ́.
Regular thing nìyẹn.
Regular ni.
Yes, standard. Standard, because I will be in the office from 8 to 5. Dealing with my staffs, dealing with project, going to site, Then whatever challenge we have on site or in the office, when I get home, when I'm done eating, playing with my kids and all of that, sometimes I will even wake up in the middle of the night to leave my partner, now go to the living room or the study and start doing research on how do I tackle this challenge, what do I do. Okay. So there is a lot.
So if you are going to advise somebody who is thinking about getting involved in business or somebody who is starting today, what would be your main advice?
I would tell them to go into the business not with the primary aim of making profit, but making impact. Because eventually, impact is what will make you much more profit.
Okay.
But if you go with the mindset of making money, you made a lot of mistake. Like, I'll give you an example. If my sole reason for going into the business was to make money, when there are errors, I won't fix them. I won't want my profits to be affected. But when you make impact, it brings bigger opportunities. So, and for you to make impact is a lot. It requires a lot of sacrifice. So if you're going, there is no business. I tell people, there is sincerely, you will succeed media. You understand? So you need to understand that no matter how good, no matter how brilliant you are, if you go into the business with a mindset of not just money, eventually, nobody actually goes into business with the mindset of doing charity. Even charity organizations eventually want to make money.
Yes.
But at the back of it is impact. When you see even people as big as Dangote is talking, Dangote is saying business for him now has gone more than just making money. And, you know, that's is a driving force.
If you go into business because of money, when you make the money and there's no direction, you've lost it.
You lost it.
Thank you very much. I've been having this discussion with Kilo call Alejo on Facebook. Jefta Fashola. And let me ask you, what one lesson are you taking away from this discussion? 070-48-00-1015 or 080-22-10-2163. Ẹgbọ́dọ̀ fún mi ní lesson tẹ́ ẹ rò pé you are taking away. Tó bá make sense, cash price wà lórí. Tó bá make sense you. Hello. Hello, sir. Ẹ bá yí rédíò tẹ́ fún gbọ́ mi ẹ lẹ̀. Ó já. Hello.
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 Hello, ètò.
Ètò yóò.
Orúkọ tèmi ni Ògùntàdé Ìfàsọ́lọ̀ iṣẹ́ àrẹ nọ́mbà wà.
Ọ̀ya.
Lẹ́sìn tí mo kọ́ lẹ́sìn ìjọba wọn ni pé wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé wa ṣẹ̀ ní ọ̀tọ̀ sọ yẹn. Pé téèyàn bá ta irú, mọ̀mọ́ nàgà pé tí ń ta ìlú gbọ́. Pé kò fún mi mọ́. Ìlú tó ń tà gan ẹsẹ̀ rẹ̀ méjì kò sí ìdùn lórí rẹ̀. Fún tó mọ̀ nàmọ́ ewé jù àti ẹ ti ń ta ọ̀rọ̀ lálọ́ kan tí wọ́n lè fi lọ sí okòwò rẹ̀. Tó bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ bá dáwọ́ ẹ̀ wò, ó lè gbé yẹ̀ ṣubú.
Ọ̀dà mo ti yọ tí mo fẹ́ yọ ẹgbẹ̀rún kan ti dúró léde yìí mo ti yọ tí mo fẹ́ yọ bá. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Abatunde from Gazi.
Okay, so what one lesson are you going away with from this discussion?
The lesson I learned from this discussion is before embarking on any business, one needs to know. Before embarking on any business, one needs to have sacrifice. And at the same time, one needs to know much about that business before going into it.
So, Obodo won't make a sacrifice.
You got to make sacrifice. And at the same time, you got to much knowledge of that business before going into it.
Ó ti yé mi. Mo ti yọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ. Ẹgbẹ̀rún kan ti dó fẹ̀yìn náà. Mo ti yọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ yọ.
Dreams stand tall and proud. Money matters with joy. Let's make every
Ìbéèrè míì tí mo fẹ́ béèrè ní.
from the hustle to the plan.
Business wo ni bàbá yìí kọ́kọ́ ṣe tó lana?
With joy.
Èló ló sì fi lana ní ká bù ní wọn kan tí wọ́n bù èló ló fi lana. Ẹ̀yin ajá àǹfààní fẹ́ lòmíì láti pè 07048001015 or 08022102163. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, this is Michael from Gates.
Michael from Gates. Okay, oh yeah.
Yeah, the
Ẹ bá yín rédíò yẹn lẹ̀ kí n lè gbọ́ yín, ó ń bounce padà.
business tó ń ṣe ní online market tí wọ́n náà ṣe fún àwọn kọ́tà nígbà yẹn tí wọ́n ní government policy yìí affect.
Kí ni orúkọ brand yẹn?
The online I didn't really get it.
Wọ́n sọ orúkọ yẹn gangan ni mo fẹ́ gẹ̀ẹ́tì. Hello?
Hello?
Mo ń gbọ́ yín báyìí.
Yeah, wọ́n ṣe fashion line at the online market.
Fashion line àti online market ṣùgbọ́n ẹ rántí orúkọ tí wọ́n pe business brand yẹn gbà yẹn. Ẹ rántí. Ṣé ká dáríjì wọn àbí ká ní ká dáríjì ẹgbẹ̀rún kan ti dó fẹ̀yìn náà.
That's the message.
Wọ́n ní ká dáríjì. Ó lórúkọ tí business yẹn jẹ́.
Oh yeah. Got a side gig, he can make it skin.
Kí wá ní business yẹn ní loss because hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello ma.
Yes, sir.
Orúkọ yín àti bíjẹ́ ti ń pè.
Lájídé Abẹ́sẹ̀dé látàpátá.
So kí lorúkọ business tí yóò fail ńgbà yẹn?
Online market.
Kí ni orúkọ ẹ̀?
Branding.
Wọ́n sọ orúkọ ẹ̀. Kí lẹ pé?
Otondo market.
Otondo market. Otondo ẹ má tẹ ọkọ̀ Otondo market. Bí èlò náà láwọn lose ńgbà yẹn.
10 million naira.
Over 10 million naira. Ọ̀dà mo ti yọ.
Let's make every naira make sense. From the hustle to the plan. Turn your profit to your best friend.
Eléyìí ti jẹ́ kó yé wa ẹ̀yin gangan tẹ̀ ń gbọ́ mi lọ́sàn-án yìí. Má jẹ́ kí èèyàn tàn ẹ́ débi pé wọ́n á tàn ẹ́ sí ìjà ẹkùn. Wọ́n tàn ẹ́ sí ìjà ẹkùn. Wọ́n tún ní àwọn mú tó fi jàbọ̀. Wọ́n ti wà nù kéèjì pẹ̀lẹ́kùn. Ẹnìkan sọ̀rọ̀ kan gbà kan. Ó ní kéèyàn máa ṣe business ó dàbí ìgbà tí èèyàn bá wà nínú aeroplane tí wọ́n wá kó gbogbo nǹkan tó fi ṣe parachute àti abẹ́rẹ́ àtòwú tí wọ́n wá kó lé ọ lọ́wọ́ pé oúnjẹ o kó o tó lulẹ̀ tí o ti mọ̀ pé àwa tiẹ̀ jáde láti aeroplane pé o gbọ́dọ̀ oúnjẹ ṣe àwọn pé wàhálà ni. Mátì torí pé ọ̀gá rẹ̀ ń ṣe bákan kó o bínú lọ dá business sílẹ̀ o bó o ṣe bínú wọbẹ̀ ló ṣe bínú jáde. Then make sure like he said make sure that you want to make an impact. Kí ni wọ́n máa fi mọ̀ ẹ́ kí ni wọ́n máa fi rántí ẹ̀. Ìwọ tó o bá ń ṣiṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ṣé o gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ wọ́n ní ẹ̀kan pọ̀ ní àwọn tó ní value nu yóò pọ̀. Bẹ́ẹ̀yàn ẹnìkan bá mi ṣe electrical work ilé mi mo ní ìfà tó bá jẹ́ mi gan ni mo ṣe gan mo lè ṣe better than you. Mo ní kẹ́nìkan bá mi fi kó rọ̀nù cable ó wá rọ̀nù ẹ̀ tán ó wá rọ̀nù surface mo ní ṣé tí ẹ̀ ní hide gbogbo gbala bàbá kò ní ìdí ta ní wo bẹ̀ well done ara ẹ̀yìn dán wí náà rè. All right, thank you very much. This is how we draw the curtain on the show this afternoon. My name is Joy Akinlulu, and let us do it again next week by God's grace. Another guest, another time. This time around, mo mú ẹnìkan bọ̀ ẹni popular gan ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín ni ò mọ̀ níbi tó ṣubú sí tó ń ṣubú tí Okay, let's meet next week by God's grace. Thank you.
We're building wealth. That's the message. Oh, yeah.